Good afternoon. I'm still reporting on the coup. I've never been a fan of Julie Green. I guess I'm pretty particular upon whom I'm prepared to bestow the mantle of prophet. However, Beth brought this to me this morning and insisted that I view a 7-minute segment of today's 67-minute Word from Julie Green. This falls into line pretty much exactly the way I see things going on with this nation and our election next Tuesday. In fact, if it doesn't fall this way, I think our mighty nation will be doomed. Certainly, this is the most important presidential election of my lifetime, and I would not put this 7-minute on if I didn't want my audience to be comforted by it.
The DNC will erupt in scandal and be completely exposed. I heard this prophetic word on October 28th, so I heard it on Monday. My children, your cries and your prayers have been heard in heaven. My word promises that I hear the cries of my people, and I said I will deliver you out of it all. I am the deliverer you can count on. I am bringing you out from among your enemies and their control. I am destroying their system that held and enslaved you. My United States in Israel will not stay in the conditions you see them in now. No, I'm restoring their fortunes, their freedoms, and all that belongs to them. I have appointed leaders of these nations to bring forth my will and my plans upon this earth for all nations. I've told you President Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu will be hand in hand working together to bring out my plans that I have for this time and for the nations. That is why your enemies have tried to take them both out, along with total devastation to both countries. Evil plans have been made and are still being plotted for the death and destruction of my United States. Your enemies have something up their sleeves they have not used yet to take out your financial system, and they have enemies are targeting your power grids. Your power grids are weak on purpose, not because they couldn't have made them stronger. They allowed this weakness in your nation as a safeguard. If things did not go their way, they could always play that card to make your lives as miserable as they could. So you would stop fighting them back. I will show you such a plan. I will show you they are traitors in this nation who are purposely have kept you weak in this area for a strike to cripple this nation. My children, remember in my word, before my people left the land of Goshen, they had straw taken away, and it was to make their lives harder. Your enemies have plans and have always have been the same. There is nothing new under the sun. But stop the fear. I'm not telling you these things to bring you fear, for you to start to panic on what you need to buy or stock up on. I am telling you to call it down and for you to trust in me, that I am your provider no matter what type of provision you need. Remember gross darkness in Egypt, but there was land or light in Goshen. I am everything you need, so don't panic, don't fear what your enemies are up to. I am Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I live in you. And I am with you. I'm your refuge and your protector. I will not leave you under the control of your enemies. I have promised you, I will deliver you, and I will do just that, says the Lord of hosts. Acosta, this name and company will be in your news for a shocking reason. The Today Show, along with any morning show the lamestream media uses for propaganda and filth, are about to be exposed with scandal after scandal, and truth will pour out of what they've been hiding. I told you hot mics and the scripts. They were sent along with proof of who sent them. The news media and its landscape will suddenly change because a shift is taking place on who runs the news, and it'll be ripped from your enemy's control, says the Lord. Savannah Guthrie will be in your news for a shocking reason. Every person will be removed who's against me, says the Lord. Gavin Newsom will be caught cheating in this election. Proof will come out that he, along with his colleagues, on what they have done to try and keep California blue when it was actually red. Voter fraud will be exposed, and so will every person who took part in it. The DNC will erupt in scandal and exposure because there is so much proof of fraud and criminal activity. They will be completely put out in the open. I told you to follow the money. Their campaign funds have gone for more than campaign-related expenses. Proof is coming how those funds were used to try and block my David from office. They disguised these funds by siphoning them through their campaign. But they were used to spy on my David, and they were used to sabotage his campaign. The DNC has people in the RNC disguised as Republicans, collecting data and giving it back to Kamala and her puppet masters. Their campaign funds were also used to pay liars and these so-called whistleblowers, along with paying people like Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade and others within the indictments against my David. A great shaking is coming to the political realm, and the great corruption they have tried to cover up. With one move of my hand, I will uncover it all, says the Lord of hosts. Keep pressing into me, my children. Keep using my words. Keep praising me, because it's bringing down your enemies and every plan they have devised against you. You will soon see a restoration you have never known. Don't give up right now before the greatest breakthrough in the history of mankind. It's all coming because it's time of the great Exodus, says the Lord, your Redeemer. And as I was reading this part to you, with one move of my hand, I will uncover it all. That was in the second to the last paragraph. You know what that reminds me of? When God was speaking to Moses, when they were in the desert, and he said, has my hand waxed short? That means, that question that God was asking Moses, do you think that my hand, the power of my hand that you've seen, do all these destructive things against your enemies, to destroy them and to protect you, somehow is my hand not as strong as it was before? Is somehow my hand weaker? No. God is saying, he's asking us the same question. Do we believe in that power of his hands that he showed us in the book of Exodus, that he showed us and he's talking about in the book of Numbers?
I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day, and vote early, please.